Hola Bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, and this is my angel, Charles. Welcome to episode 7. I'm Magic Mel, and my purpose with these videos is to help you connect with your own heart and to guide you to your own empowerment. I don't want you to put me on a pedestal. I don't want you to follow me for the sake of following me. I want you to listen to the frequency of what I have to say with your heart space. And hopefully, it will inspire you to realize that you are the one. You are the one, and you and the world needs you to awaken. I had like 2 days off from recording videos just because there's so much going on, guys. I mean, talking about acceleration, I know what's going on in the world, and everything is being highlighted. Our wounding is being highlighted. It is bare for us to see, and it's only when we disconnect from our heart that we can really look away. So in these kind of times, I go inwards and I ask myself, well, what's going on inside of me? Where am I still being my own enemy? Because the outer is a reflection of our inner world. We create what is going on out there. What is going on out there is a reflection of our inner division. And as long as there's a war inside of us, as long as we're not facing how we're really hurt, how perhaps we are still hurt children in adult bodies acting out our rage and our thirst for revenge, the cycle will continue. It is only when we come to understand how we've been traumatized in the past that we have the choice to liberate ourselves. But if we do not do the work of looking inwards, we will perpetuate the wound. And in this wounding, no one is spared. Everyone is hurting. Everyone is suffering, regardless of age, regardless of privilege. We're all hurting. Even someone like Prince Harry is not spared. I watched an interview of Gabor Mate and Prince Harry. So what does it take for us to face our own wounding? Because if we keep on searching for someone out there to hear us, to soothe us, before we can do that for ourselves, we will never find rescue. We will never be saved. We will never be free. I don't think there's anyone in this world who hasn't been traumatized. Because the society we live in normalizes trauma. It is a traumatizing society. But what do we do with it? There's going to be a point in our lives, in your life, when you come at a crossroads where you've accumulated so much pain, probably an accumulation of pain that tried to cover up the original wound, that you either check out or you make the choice to do something differently. But there's always that choice point. I was at that choice point. We all go through our own pain and suffering. But yeah, I was really at that point where I was ready to check out. I said, this is not humanly possible to be in so much pain. Like, I can't do this one day longer. But I asked for help and I had divine intervention to the point where I could at least face my own shit, my own darkness, and heal. And today I went over a whole bunch of photos because I had to clear my storage, and I didn't realize that my phone was connected to my computer. So I realized that I could scroll back the past 3 years. And yeah, it took time. It took so much persistence. But I'm telling you, it's possible. But you gotta be willing to be the one who stops the cycle. The cycle mainly of violence against yourself. Because the axiom hurt people is true. But I decided I want to heal. I don't care what it takes, I don't care how long it takes, but there's only one way out. And checking out for me was not the option, mainly because I was just too scared to actually do it. So I didn't really have a roadmap, I just made that decision. And I kept on asking for help from above, from around me, and it's possible. Because I don't want my past wound to hurt other people. And as I've shared in episode 4, I'm not immune from not being triggered ever again. But I'm willing to continue to keep on leaning into the light, to keep on forgiving, to keep on showing up for my own pain so that I don't inflict the pain onto others. Like I also told myself, or I declared to the universe, the trauma stops with me. Because I don't even know if what I carried was only mine. It was perhaps some ancestral wounding, the lack of self esteem, the inferior complex, the self loathing. But acting out from anger and revenge is only a temporary fix. Because if we take the bigger perspective, if we really realize we're all sparks of the divine, different incarnations of the one, an eye for an eye doesn't work, because what I do unto you, I do unto me. And we've been living in an age of separation and of division. Forget about outside, of segregation in ourselves, our divine masculine and our divine feminine. We have bulldozed our intuition, we've bulldozed our own heart, we've bulldozed our own body's needs, we've bulldozed our own internal resources, our own gifts. Are you surprised why we're bulldozing and extracting and, excuse my words, but raping Mother Earth? Are you surprised? Look at the battlefield inside of you first. That's why the work is to come back into wholeness, to fill those holes in your soul with love. Because love unifies, fear separates and segregates. And the choice point is really that: to be or not to be, love or hatred, unity or separation, a new story or the old story. And each one of us incarnates that choice point. It's not the other, it's not someone else, it's people like you and me making the choice to heal, first of all, and to write a new story. Because the old story is screaming at us. And I don't want our story nor my story to end like this. I want to be a bridge for a new story. I want to be the one of many who take the pen and start a new chapter. Not by forgetting the past, but by learning the lessons and not repeating them. What is self-love? Self is not condemning myself for having been triggered for an old wounding with my friends. It's not judging myself. It's not shaming myself for that part of me that wants to protect myself out of fear, yeah. But it's really to hold such wide space that both can coexist. And that by tapping back into love, I can alchemize the fear and bring it back into love. But we gotta make that space internally. Otherwise, that tunnel vision is going to pit you against you, me against me against you, us against them. So once you take the step to understand how that traumatizing event in your past traumatized you, created that wound in you, it's your responsibility. It's your choice to liberate yourself. Because you will remain a victim if you choose to rewrite the old story. And things are speeding up, the frequency of the planet is speeding up, everything is speeding up, and everything is pressuring us to make a choice because our shadow is screaming at us out there and is asking us, are you still not stepping into your light? Are you still not filling your own wound with light? Are you still perpetuating the darkness? It's your choice. That's the power we have. That's the power you have. That's the power I have. But running away and blaming and judging and violating is not the human choice. So what are we choosing? What are you choosing? What is worth choosing?